Hello everybody and welcome back to Cities Skylines, where we have a few issues we're still working on ironing out. We've still got a pretty big goods shortage, and we are continuing to work on that. But let's just go ahead and eliminate some of these areas. There's also a bit of a worker shortage up here, and that is something that we definitely can work on right now. Let's go ahead and get a bit of residential area put in over here. Fantastic. So that will go some distance towards helping that particular issue. We've still got additional abandoned structures in each of our commercial areas, and this is of course deeply unsurprising. Now, one thing that we did do is rework the interior of this hub, and I'm thinking about doing the same for each of these streets out over this way. That's going to be a pretty major undertaking though, and I'm going to wait to see if just doing this cleans it up or not. We'll find out. It may or it may not. Now, as far as the traffic in these other hubs go, in theory, there shouldn't be all that much traffic, and there really isn't. So it should be completely fine in these other hubs. So that is excellent. Let's just see if this ends up cleaning up or not, shall we? In the meantime, of course, we are going to continue working on this area over here, and I'm wondering, are we getting in any additional traffic over here? Like, are we importing goods right now? Kind of feels like we're not. I mean, that said, we have a fair amount of industrial space zoned over here. We've got some over here, and I'm thinking about swapping some of this industrial space, or some of this over to industrial, rather. Maybe this section here would be, no, not residential. Maybe this section here would be a good candidate for that, so that we can produce a few more of our own goods. So we'll just do something like this area as well. Fantastic. Okay. So with this area being rezoned, this will take a little bit of time to rebuild, of course. We have basically no demand for industrial right now, and that's fine. We don't need demand for industrial currently. But we're just going to keep a bit of an eye on, in particular, the pedestrians over here, as well as the situation with traffic over here. We're just keeping an eye on that for right now. Overall, we're doing pretty well here, I feel like. With the slight exception of the lack of goods. But I mean, given the whole concept of the city, I feel like that was pretty much always going to happen, right? So, yeah, I feel like it's going reasonably well. We could also industrialize some of this area over here. Hello, academic here. I don't really care about you. Yeah, we'll make some of this area be industrial as well. Something along the lines of that, but maybe not pushing beyond this bend since we've got residential up here. So something along the lines of that will hopefully produce some goods. We have a pretty high demand for goods, but not much of a demand for much of anything else at all. I mean, that's not shocking. We're just going to let this continue, and we may want to bump it up to speed 3 for the time being, since we're mostly in a holding pattern while we wait to see if any of these changes have much of an effect at all. So we'll just continue to eliminate these abandoned structures as they continue to be abandoned, and they will continue to be abandoned for some time yet. Let's go ahead and get rid of that one as well, and this one, and getting rid of these abandoned structures is basically a full-time job right now. This isn't shocking. We do have a pretty major goods shortage. Not shocking at all. Okay, so we'll get rid of these guys over here. Anything else? Yes, there are some additional abandoned structures over here and over here. Excellent. And there's going to continue to be more for a little while, for sure. This whole area is going to have to rebuild, and that will take time. I do want to get a few additional residential units going in over here. Something along the lines of this. We've got a lot of space left in this hub. So something along those lines should be pretty good. And we will just continue to eliminate not that road. Not that road at all. There we go. Much better. Okay, and we are definitely seeing some importation over here. Garbage has piled up at the cargo airport. That is a good point. Should we give it its own, like, dedicated garbage facility? Like, we could just give it a recycling center? Making less garbage pile up. Yeah, I don't think that actually would do the trick. We could power this with an incineration plant instead of this windmill, or in addition to the windmill, I suppose. We'll just leave it for now. Excellent. And can I just say, this is probably my favorite song from the CK2 soundtrack. I like it a lot. It's rather excellent. So let's get rid of a few more of these abandoned structures. And honestly, can I just say, this isn't particularly topical for this game, but honestly, I feel like this song right here, this is a big part of the character that is missing from Crusader Kings 3 right now. I feel like CK3 is largely a mechanical upgrade to CK2. I have a few quibbles with it, although those are getting ironed out over time. But I feel like the music in CK3 is just not very developed at this point. It's pretty basic. And I wish that you could play the CK2 music. Maybe there's a mod for that. There probably is, in all honesty. That's something I should look into. At any rate, we're going to continue demolishing a million abandoned structures. Fantastic. And we can see here there's quite a good number of goods coming in and going out, so that's excellent. Hopefully those goods will be showing up at some of these commercial areas, because they are starting to look a little bit thin at this point. That said, we did expand them very dramatically without really increasing our goods production, so that's not something that we're surprised by. Yeah, my commentary is going to be a bit sparse. I'm listening to the song. And watching this traffic over here, too. Trying to turn? I'm assuming these guys are trying to turn here. Why is nothing moving in this intersection, though? Because they're trying to go up this way. These guys are trying to turn like this. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to make a slight alteration here. And we're going to change this to a one-way going this way, and this to a one-way going that way. Let's see what that ends up doing, if anything. What if we have them both go the same direction? That's definitely cleaning things up a bit. There's no doubt about that. Okay, we'll keep an eye on this, and for now, we are going to come up over here and put in, I think, another row of residential over here. We do have some residential demand, and so we will put that over here where we are still apparently in need of workers. So that will be just fine. Let's go ahead and eliminate some of these structures that have been abandoned. We're not surprised that these structures are abandoned. And, I see. So we've got ourselves some issues here. We have some sick citizens, and we have some issues where dead people aren't getting picked up over here. And the reason for that is because we have an extreme traffic jam on this street, I think, is what's going on here. So, to that end, we do have a metro there, which is awkward. Yeah, all of these people are coming up here. Okay. So we need some street upgrades over here. That's fine. We can definitely work on that. The first thing that we're going to work on is we are going to put in... Are we going to make this be highway in here? I'm thinking about it. I think we need to upgrade this road as our first order of business. So we're going to move this metro station. We will relocate that temporarily to... I mean, this whole area is developed. We'll have to remove a small structure here. We'll place it over here. Okay. And with that, we will eliminate these two streets. Now, this firehouse is obviously going to need to be updated with its positioning, but we are going to put in a 6-lane road with decorative trees, ideally right in between these two locations. In fact, right here is where it's going to go, and we're going to need to remove this section of road as well. All of that will have to get removed for now. So it will go right in here, and it'll connect up like that. Now, as far as this goes, we're going to have to take this section out as well. And I really strongly dislike that, but here we are. Okay, so this is going to be a 2-lane one-way with trees. And as far as connecting this in goes, I feel like this actually went in too far. So what we're going to do is we're just going to connect this up about like that. Yeah, we'll eliminate some areas here. That is to be expected. And then we will bring this out like that. That's a 90-degree angle. So that is approximately what we were looking for there. Then we will move our underground metro station to be somewhere over here. We are going to need to take out these, of course. We'll move this to be here. And then we will need to put in our metro tracks. Excellent. That's going to be a pretty tight corner there. I'm actually going to eliminate this section over here, and we'll redraw this to be more like that. Okay, and then we will grab this line like that and like that. And these stops appear to have automatically been added in, so that is perfect. Next, of course, we need to redo this over here. This is going to be just kind of a whole thing. So we're going to take this all out, and we're going to need to also take out these road sections. Like that. And yeah, that's breaking a lot of our connections. There's no doubt about it. So we're going to grab our 6-lane road with decorative trees, and we're going to bring that out over this way, except that we're going to need to take this section out as well, and then replace this with the curve tool, like that. Is that the correct direction? Oh, it shouldn't be one way. It should be more like that. Now, this outer area is likely going to have to change, and what doesn't have road access here? I feel like something should have road access there. Regardless, we're going to grab ourselves the 6-lane one-way road with trees, and we're going to bring that straight on in, like that. Okay, next we're going to have to connect in these roads. So how are we going to do that? We are, of course, going to just do something not there. We're going to do something... I don't want it to snap in here. I want it to come in differently. So actually we have to take this out. Sad. Very, very sad. We're going to connect this in the old-fashioned way, which is, of course, to bring it in like so. And like so. Some of these structures will need to be eliminated or moved as we are moving the road a tiny, tiny amount here. But it's really not much. So now we will bring in this road, and that should, at this point, be okay. Yes. Excellent. That is fantastic. That was definitely a little bit more extensive than I was hoping for. Let's just go ahead and get that area all rezoned, as well as these over here. And then we'll put in offices over here as they were. We may want to replace some of these offices a little bit later on. We'll do something along the lines of that. At the very least, that will give us a lot more movement along this road here. A bus issue? Is that what we've got going on here? I want to drag stop to move it. Okay, there we go. Perfect. So with that done, that will give us more capacity through here. I'm not going to argue that that's going to fix the issue in this hub at all. I do want to check in on this hub over here and see how things are going. They're going much better. But I think that overall, we should move to the 6-lane one-way road, or to the 6-lane roads, not the 6-lane one-way roads. I think that is overall something that we should be working on. So let's see if we can do that up here. Okay, we've got a police station here that would need to be relocated. That's okay. And then over here, we've got a recycling center that will need to be relocated. That's also okay. Beautiful. And we'll just rezone this area. Excellent. That will add additional space to have parked cars in our rather large circular parking lots that we've created. And that is just absolutely wonderful. Let's try to do the same exact thing down here. I don't know why that section was into, but okay. This medical clinic, I'm going to move to be over here, just so that it's out of the way for this upgrade. What are we blocked by here? Post office. Okay, we'll place that there. And we'll upgrade, and upgrade, and upgrade. Fantastic. So these ones here are going to require more extensive work, but these guys, they work pretty well, so we're going to just continue working on that. Medical clinic over here, high school over here. Excellent. And then we're going to continue working through this. There's a firehouse that would need to be relocated. No big deal. And there we go. Okay, zoning. Let's make sure that this area is all zoned up. Fantastic. And then this area over here. Fantastic. Okay, how are things looking over here? Better. I'm not going to call them great. Under any circumstances. But they're better. It's definitely not great. This was not designed to have this heavy of traffic, of course, which is a bit of a failing of it, to be sure. Let's go ahead and upgrade this road over here as well. We're going to need to relocate this police station, and that is fine. Let's do that for now. And then we'll place that there. This high school will need to be relocated as well. Easy enough. And this elementary school. Sure. I guess that works. And there we go. We've got ourselves another 6-lane road. That's perfect. We have a lot of abandoned structures over here. That said, our traffic is a large amount of the issue right now. So as this traffic cleans up, which you can see here it is working on doing as we're upgrading these thoroughfares, as this traffic cleans up, I'm expecting many of these issues to become, if not fixed, less severe. So something along the lines of that. So at this point, now the only ones that we need to upgrade are these 2-lane one-ways. And let's see if those are actually causing us issues before we work on that. Now, there's a large amount of traffic out here, because they're trying to utilize the cargo airport much more heavily. Okay. I kind of want to give that a dedicated road. To that end, let's relocate this metro station again. We're also going to need to relocate this metro station for what I have planned. We'll place that there. And then we're going to need to redo some of these tracks, of course. Take those back like so. And then we will bring them in along the lines of this. And then we'll need to redo the route. So we will do that and do that. Can't find path. Do we have too sharp of a corner here, perhaps? Maybe. Let's see if that's the issue. We will bring this in with the curve tool and bring it in more like that. And maybe that's the case up here as well. Let's go ahead and eliminate those sections and bring it in more along the lines of that. Okay. It still allegedly can't find a path. That's interesting. It definitely should be able to find a path. Maybe it's this corner here? I could see that being the case. So we bring it in more along the lines of that. Well, what else could we have possibly changed over here? That's about it. Now, I want to move this cargo airport. This is going to be a temporary location. And we're just going to set that... I mean, where can we even temporarily place this? We're not even going to unpause the game with it not there. I mean, we could move it up over here, I suppose. And the idea here is that we're going to continue this road out beyond here. And we're going to just bring it in something along the lines of this-ish. And then bring it in over this way. Have it come around like that-ish. And then come in over here. We are going to need to move the solar plant. That is acceptable. Where are we going to move that to? Down here, perhaps? Sure. It'll move down there. And I want to actually change this curve a little bit. I want to have this curve a little bit more aggressively. Like that. And then come in like so. Then the cargo airport, it's just going to come out to here. Excellent. So we have a more dedicated line to the cargo airport, right? Now, what are we lacking here? Is this a bus stop? Or is this a metro connection? This is a metro connection. I want to move that into here. Okay. I want to move this stop into here. Maybe we can't. We could, however, remove that stop. And in fact, completely remove these lines. It's an option. And just redo this. It's not like it would take all that long. So we'll just completely remove these and redo this section. It's just a little finicky in City Skylines, right? But no big deal there. We'll remove that one, and I didn't want to remove that one necessarily. Okay, we'll connect this in over here, and then back over this way. I guess that'll do. Then we'll create another new line, and we'll just come around over this way. Did I skip a stop here? Yes, I did. I want to grab this line and drag it to add a stop, but okay. We'll just bring it back over this way, I guess, and we'll add the stop there. Sure. And then we'll just bring this in around like so. Fantastic. And then we'll create a new line going the opposite direction. And we'll see if that cleans up this traffic. It should, I believe. It should at least help dramatically. Remove a lot of pressure off of this road here is the idea. And keep it to the kind of circuit that we've got going on with this this road here. Now, I'm not super happy with this curve that we've got here. Let's see if we can't make that a little bit nicer. Just have it come in like that. That does look better. Now, we are lacking water out here. We should definitely run water out there. We'll just run water along the entire road, like so. In terms of power, we are connected. So that's great. And this does give us some industrial area out here that we could zone. It's pretty neat. There's apparently some residential in here already. I don't know why, but okay. We'll get rid of that. Fantastic. Okay, once everything reroutes, that should help pretty dramatically. Let's check our death care situation over here. I think I am going to add an additional crematorium over here. I see that there is still quite a lot of congestion in this area of people attempting to turn over here. So I think that we should replace this road. That, however, is a job for next episode. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and next episode we are going to continue improving our traffic throughput. I'll see you all next time.